Joe Camara died almost 30 years ago, but his memory still lives on through his loved ones. He has taught me to live life and not take anyone for granted, said his wife Judy Camara, pictured here with their 3-year-old son Adam. Camara was born in Portugal and raised alongside his 2 sisters. In search of a better life, his parents moved the family to California when he was a child. Once they arrived, Camara's parents followed the family tradition of working on a dairy farm. In Joe's spare time off, and as part of his country lifestyle, he enjoyed horseback riding and roping along with his family. He was very laid back, Judy said. He never had a hot temper. He was always the good guy and didn't have any enemies, which is why the family, along with law enforcement, couldn't wrap their heads around why something like this would happen to such a loving person. On February 14, 1996, Joe Camara, 35, was found by his co-workers just before 8 a.m., Fresno County Sheriff's Deputy Dan Cervantes said. Camara started his shift about 4 a.m. as a milker at the Salza Dairy, which is in the 8500 block of South Valentine Avenue. Co-workers found Camara on the floor of a feed barn at the dairy. At first, they believed Camara had fallen out of a scoop loader, a machine used when feeding cows, and would not wake up. Dairy employees called paramedics, who turned Camara over and found he had been shot and had no pulse, Cervantes said. He was cold by the time the paramedics got there. An investigator on the Camara case was quoted saying, "Camara is a 35-year-old immigrant from the Azores Islands, and he's the most boring and most unlikely murder victim I've ever seen. He had no enemies. He had no vices. He had no problems. We have no idea what the motive was, except that robbery and burglary have been ruled out." August 10th is his birthday, and Judy stated that they are always thinking of Joe every day throughout the year. When asked what has affected her the most after his sudden passing, Judy said, "Almost 3 decades later, I have a hard time going to bed, and I think it's because he isn't there next to me." A $50,000 reward was offered by the governor of California, but has never led to an arrest. Please contact the California Governor's Office or Citizens Against Homicide for information on that reward's eligibility.